So today's podcast is all about the Envision Advisors. You see, a very common question I get from prospective clients and people around town is, what exactly does the Envision Advisors do? What's what this podcast will go into, all the details, the backstory, and what we do in the marketplace. But in a nutshell, Envision Advisors helps investors buy rental properties in Denver, Colorado Springs, and Pueblo. So think house hack, duplexes, small multis, single family rentals. That's what people buy and sell in. And Envision Advisors is our strategic partner for all your investor-friendly realtor needs. So I've got two very important people here from Envision Advisors to help explain what we do and go into some background. So the first is Katie Heinzen, who has been behind the scenes dramatically Envision Advisors. And I think this is your first podcast, Katie.
It is. Yes.
Glad to have you on the show. And Katie's our director of operations and just does a ton of stuff behind the scenes to make sure everything is running and we help, clients buy and sell property successfully in a nutshell. The second co-host is Preston Newberry, who a lot of people know about. Don't have a good title for Preston here.
We're still working on that.
But he does a lot around here, like a lot of people do. But he's a top producing agent, great at helping clients, but also has a background in coaching and mentoring people and does a tremendous amount in developing and coaching our whole agent team, helping them just be better agents and growing. So Preston, glad to have you on the show.
Thanks, Chris. I'm glad to be back and excited about this podcast.
Yeah, maybe by the end we'll have your title, huh?
Yeah, we'll work on that.
So I wanted to bring you guys on the show because, you guys are the core of Envision Advisors. As we've grown over the years, backstory years ago, as I was getting to real estate out here, I had the honor of being mentored by Charles Roberts.
Yep.
And kind of as I was starting to come up, you guys were being mentored, by him just in parallel. But obviously our paths connected.
Yep.
You being an agent, Preston, Katie doing a ton of stuff behind the scenes at your castle for Charles, for Law & Welsh. And through all that, we started growing Envision Advisors. So Preston, kind of run us through the growth curve we've had.
It's been insane, Chris. And like you mentioned, we both had the opportunity and the pleasure to be, mentored by Charles Roberts, and I'm very grateful for that. And, through that, obviously we all connected, as you mentioned, and we have just been hit the ground running and been going crazy ever since. Unfortunately, Charles had a medical condition and had to step away from real estate, and at that point we kind of took the torch on and ran with it. And over the last, 4 years now, 3.5, 4 years,
about
we have had a ton of growth, obviously, as people have seen through the podcasts and everything that we've done. But we've had the opportunity to help and mentor a ton of clients, which I'm very grateful for. I mean, over the last, 3 years, we've doubled or tripled the amount of clients that we've helped and the amount of deals that we've done. And it's just been an awesome ride.
Yeah, that's been, helping clients, especially now we have a lot of clients on their third, fourth, even longer property where now they're able to transition to their next career or go part-time or take an early retirement. It's been really rewarding. And we're just starting to see a lot of
the fun part about it, as we've seen clients that have started out with maybe a house hack, right? And now all of a sudden they're buying, multifamily properties and they've got enough equity in their other stuff that they're transitioning out and doing 1031s. And that's been the whole goal of everything that we've built, is to have clients for life and build that and help these people get to whatever their goals are and help them get there.
We've also added them into our family, right? Some of our very first clients now work for us.
Yeah.
So it's, in every sense, clients for life, building that relationship.
Yeah. And with all that growth has come, I'd say the last really year and a half, is some brand confusion, as the simple way to put it, between, all the educational content we put out there. Envision Advisors, somebody's confused. Well, are you guys providing educational content, or what exactly do you do? Katie, what does Envision Advisors do and who do we serve? What's our focus?
So our focus is investor clients, right? We are investor realtors, and we help people invest no matter where their journey is. So we help new clients. We help if you have a small rental portfolio, if you have a large rental portfolio, just help you go from one to the next, whatever stage you are in your investing journey. We want to help educate you, get you a strategy, and help you execute on that strategy.
Very well said. And I mean, to kind of talk about more about that, because I think it was podcast episode 352 was the podcast on launching Curtis Street Media and doing the Strategic Partners program. And that was really a big part of helping to distinguish the brands and give, everyone, a singular focus, where if we had prospective investors and clients out there saying, well, are you guys podcast or education, or what do you do on the brokerage side? Like, it created that confusion. And this just helps us distinguish it to our clients, and also for each organization, give a very singular focus, because we are great. Envision Advisors is great at helping people go out there, put a plan in place, execute it, and go grow their portfolio, achieve their goals. So let's spend a few minutes and talk about kind of the clients we serve, and that often helps people realize what Envision Advisors does. So we do a lot of work with, like, whether you're a new investor or experienced investor, we can help you buy and sell properties here. But for example, a lot of new investors who are a good chunk of our clients, these are people that they have a full-time job or a business, and they know that putting savings in their 401k and traditional savings methods is not going to get them to their goals, either in retirement or some type of like early retirement or job or lifestyle change. So we do a ton of work with new investors getting into real estate to help them say, hey, great, here's the market, here's your situation, here's your goals. Let's put together a plan to go out there and buy the first property, the second property, the third property.
Well, and that's the nice thing, Chris, is that, so many people understand and know that, investing in real estate is one of the best ways to gain wealth and get to whatever your retirement goals are. But a lot of them don't know how to start. And that's, what has been the foundation of a lot of the stuff that we've done, and a lot of the educational pieces that we've put out there, is to just get them started, right? Take that first step. Like, here's where you start. Come to us and we'll help you. We can put a plan together. We can help you execute that plan and keep on going so that we can get to whatever those goals are for you.
And also, I mean, if for experienced investors, that's probably about the other half of our clients. I think we're around, 50-50 newer investors and experienced investors with portfolios. I mean, Preston, what do we do with experienced investors?
So, as you mentioned, the other side of our business is working with experienced investors, right? And so, a big part of that is, hey, we have some properties. We, maybe bought 2 or 3. What do we do next? Where do we go? What is the plan? How do we keep accelerating this, or, again, getting to your goals? So working with those clients to help them figure out what the next play is, how to plan that out, and where we're going to go down the road.
Yeah. And this also feeds into, like, both our clients. This is a program we put into place. It's been an evolution for a couple years. Last year, or a bit longer, we gave them portfolio analysis to whether, hey, it's a brand new client coming on or experienced client. So we help people track their properties and track their portfolios. And so we spend a lot of time helping people understand, hey, not just buying this property, but 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years out, how does that look? And not just in that property as a silo, but how that looks as an aggregate across your whole portfolio. And that's something that's been very unique, and which is something I've also enjoyed a tremendous amount and been very rewarding with clients.
And that has been the basis of, kind of why we rebranded ourselves as the Envision Advisors, right? We want to help advise our clients just like anyone would with their stock portfolio or anything else, investment wise in their lives. Like, hey, we want to help advise you on real estate, because not a lot of people do that or have the niche to be able to do that. And so we've really focused on that to be able to help our clients and, again, manage those portfolios and get them to whatever their goals are.
Yeah, really help you get organized. So organize, strategize, and optimize, right?
Yes.
So yeah, I think in very simple terms, that is a very loaded statement. But in very simple terms, keep it simple, stupid, right?
Yes.
Organize, strategize, optimize.
And that also goes into, we're not just, we're not transactional focused. Like, we're very much focused, hey, this is a chess game. And whether you're a new investor or an experienced investor, you come in, we're going to sit there and we're going to listen. We're going to try to understand your goals, your current situation, and put together a plan first and then execute second. But that's a very core part of our culture, is really trying to put ourselves in the investor's shoes, understand it, and say, hey, this is the best plan for you. Here's some recommendations.
Because every one of our clients' situation is different, right? Whatever their life situation is, whatever their goals are, anything that's going on, everyone is going to be a little bit different. And that's something that, I think we take a lot of pride in, is helping our clients and taking the time to sit down and listen to them and go through that and really help them come up with a plan that's going to, help them get to where they want to go.
Builds the relationship, builds the trust,
And it's very fun and rewarding. And let's kind of go through, just a couple examples of clients we work with. The first, we do a lot of work with house hackers or nomaders. These are the phrases we use for people that buy a property as an owner-occupant, live in there for a year or two, then move out.
Yep.
Might have roommates, might not. Might be a duplex, might be a triplex, might be a new build townhome, might be a house with mother-in-law suite, but you live in it, move out. And it's just a phenomenal way to go out there and acquire rental properties for $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 down.
I mean, it is the most economical way, right? And that's what we tell
Yes.
our clients. It's the easiest and most economical way to start building your real estate portfolio, because you can do it as owner-occupant financing with lower down payments. You can live in the property for a year, understand a lot about that property, and when you move out and turn it into a rental, you're on to the next one.
And I mean, our own like Ben Einspar is a great poster child to use for this case study. I think he's on his third or fourth rental now, third or fourth house hack, I should say. Him, his wife, and now his daughter. And when he got this last house hack with you last year, Preston, it put him in a position, him and his family, where his wife could go part-time or reduce her hours in expectation of their new family. Ben was able to make a huge career change from his traditional, W-2 job he's been working since, he became an adult, to actually working with us in Envision Advisors. But that's the benefit. That's our ultimate goal here at Envision Advisors is to, great, let's go out there and execute it and get you to that goal. And that goals often has, multiple rungs to a ladder. It's this goal, then this goal, then this goal. But Ben and his wife, Allison, are great examples. She reduced her hours. He did a career switch while they're still building passive cash flow and wealth.
Investing in real estate, right? And it's literally changed their life in the matter of the last 3 years, which has been really cool to see.
Yeah, and I mean, we've done that, and that at the heart, that's what we love doing, and that's our goal, is to make real estate work for your goals, because you want 3 properties or 10 properties for a certain reason. Now, Preston, I mean, we also have, the other half of our client base is really just traditional landlords. These are people who are
just
not
regular investors, traditional
they can't live in the property. Give us through an example of one of those.
Yeah. So one that comes to the top of my mind are some great clients that we've done a lot of repeat business with, and they very successful, run their own company, have just been really grinding and working hard, but they knew they wanted to invest in real estate for their long-term, goals. They came to us, they sat down with us. It was probably almost 3.5 years ago now. One of the first clients that we worked with, and they said, "Hey, can you guys help us? We don't have the time, but we know we need to do this. What do we do?" And they sat down with us. We came up with a plan. They trusted us to help execute them. We started investing in some condos, and now they own a couple different multifamily properties around town. And they've been really successful with that. And it's just been great to be able to help get them to where they want to go, to a point in their life now where they're going to keep investing in real estate, but they've trusted us along the way to help them get that done while they've been working and grinding in their other career.
Yeah, Preston, you were the agent that helped them do, transact all these deals. I was, helping some strategy stuff, but you're the one that made all that happen. And from my perspective, it's been very rewarding, because they have been, totally focused on their business, and that's their highest and best use of time. And then they've, trusted us to go out there and say, guys, here's the capital, here's our goals, let's go out there and execute it. And that way it didn't take their eye off the ball for their business.
Exactly. It didn't allow them to get distracted, but they were still moving towards another goal in their life, right? And for me, that was really cool for them to put that trust in me and in us and our team, and say, hey, we trust you guys. Let's go make it happen. And there were some speed bumps along the way, but again, they trusted us to help navigate those and get through those. And here we are, and they're ready to go again.
There's always speed bumps.
Always.
It's a matter of when, not if.
Yep.
And we usually use a $4 word that says speed bump for that, but that's real estate. And that's just where we plan, we strategize, and when it happens, hey, we roll with them and we do the best we can.
Yeah, and we make the best out of the situation, and we keep on going, right? It's not going to hold us back. It's not something that, we're adverse to. We just, figure out the best solution and keep on going.
And we have frank conversations with our clients, say, hey, this happened or this is coming up. Be conscientious of this.
Yep.
And that's the advisory piece we really try to give to our clients.
And that's one of the things I think that we really pride ourselves in too, is coming to our clients with solutions, right? Even if there's a problem or something comes up, and that's what allows us to keep moving down the road.
And part of being an agent, I think, no two transactions are ever the same. And your ability, Preston, specifically, just to kind of swerve and, get back on track when those curveballs are thrown at you, that just speaks to your and all of our agents' expertise in their ability to do that and handle it like a professional.
And so, we mentioned portfolio analysis a few minutes ago, and that's a very key, almost behind the scenes, theme we have going on. It's a tool where, hey, we have the software now, Property Law, help people plug and understand their portfolio. We have the human advisory side, so we can play that longer term. Hey, every year, let's sit down and review your portfolio, review your goals, and make sure we're making the right moves today and planning the right moves to get you to that retiring your spouse early, or to that income goal you have in 7 years. And so, Preston, a lot of this is built around the process. And a few months ago, we sat down and did, a really good exercise to really clarify our goals and vision as Envision Advisors. And the process piece is something that I feel like you nailed. So run us through that, the highlight of it.
Yeah, that was something, like you said, we sat down and kind of really wanted to hone in on what we do and how we do it, right? And I think, what we kind of came up with is the fact that we, number one, right up front, education, right? We educate our clients. We help them get ready to do what they want to do. From that point, it's preparing them. Whatever the situation may be, the market conditions, whatever their goals are, prepare, execute, help them, get those properties or sell those properties, whatever it is that we need to do to help them keep going, through their journey, refine the process and repeat it. And that for us is something that we really, enjoy doing. And it's the core of what we do here at Envision Advisors.
Very well said. So I want to go through and kind of highlight what makes Envision Advisors unique. Because, to be very frank, there's a ton of real estate agents in Denver, around Colorado, and just around the nation. There's a ton of agents, and there's a lot of great ones, but it comes down. This is for a lot of people, one of the highest transactions they'll ever be involved in, and it's about finding the right fit. So I'm going to kind of lay down what makes us unique, so that way people listening or watching know, hey, that vibes with me, or if it doesn't. And the first is that we are investor focused. We're not short-term focused. We're not worried about doing fix and flips. That's not our forte. But if it's that long-term wealth building that, hey, in 10 years, in 20 years, in 50 years, I want to be able to amass this wealth, work towards these goals, that's us. I own properties. Preston owns properties. Katie owns properties. I think all of our agents own rental properties. Most of our staff does. If not, they're in this game because they want to invest in real estate themselves. Like, it's in our DNA. Like, none of us grew up wanting to be in the real estate industry.
No. But here we are.
And a big part is, it's an awesome industry, and we have that passion to go out there and be investments. That's 90% of our transactions are in some form or other investment focus for long-term, wealth building.
We all got into this for the same reason that a lot of our clients do, right? And that's what's drawn us all together and put us here, with an awesome group of people that we have, at our firm, is because we all wanted to have some connection to real estate. We all came from different backgrounds, but that is the core of what we are. Is we want to help our clients invest in real estate just like we do.
Absolutely.
What I often tell people is they want to go look out properties. I'm like, look, if you want advice on paint colors, or you don't like the way the bathroom is, we're not the people asked for. But if you want advice on how to make those numbers work to hit your retirement goals, we're the people to talk to. And that comes down to our investing. And a big part of what makes us unique, Katie, is our organizational structure, which is very, very unique compared to like the traditional real estate agent model out there.
Yes.
And I think you're the perfect person to explain it because you helped build it. And also you've been involved in sports your entire life.
Yes.
And we like sports around here.
We love sports. Sports is easy for me to relate to. So it's always how I explain our organizational structure. So to start, a traditional real estate team, in my mind, is normally built around, you join this team, it's for some mentorship, it's for accountability, it's that feel good, hey, accountability to are you making your calls, are you doing this? But overall, it's still a one man, one woman show. You're still doing your own promotion, your lead generation, transactions,
everything
from start to
hats.
finish. Yes. And while that works for a ton of people, I thrive in a team environment. I grew up in sports. I played on sports teams all my life. I got my background education is in sports, and I've worked in every level of sport, from amateur, kids sports to Olympic sports to professional sports. And the best way I can describe it is our team is structured like a sports team, in that everybody has their own position, they have their own role to play, and then collectively we come together to win for our client, win a transaction, and win in investing. So we have a back end team, we have a business development marketing team, we have an admin team, we have a TC team, we have our agents. And what we've said is, you're good at a lot of things. We don't need you to be good at everything. We need you to be good at a few specific things.
Great at a few things, exceptional at a few things, and go double down and go do it. And that's all we're going to ask of you. And it turns into this team of exceptional players, right? We have an all-star USA all-star team, and we win. Yeah. And that's the bottom line. We win. And that's such a benefit, I think, to our clients, because a lot of the way we've structured Envision Advisors, like, well, if we were doing this ourselves as clients, or mom and dad were, what would we want? It's like what you said there. Rather than the agent wearing 30 hats, hey, Preston might wear 2 hats.
Yeah, give me the rock stars, right? Like, give me the best person for the job, and let's go get it done. And every role and every job is going to be a little bit different. So find the people that are good at that job, and let's just run with it.
Because even at this table, like, I'm great at strategy. You're great at executing and negotiating deals. Katie, you're great at like all the operation behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And our strengths, combine to
together.
1 + 1 + 1 = 9. And that's the foundation of our organization as we've scaled up with all of our agents and all of our staff members as well. And kind of the last thing I always like to share with people is, my goal is to have Envision Advisors give such unbeatable and unbelievable value to our clients. People would say, oh, well, why don't I just work with you guys? Seems like a no-brainer.
Why would I work with anybody else?
That is our goal.
Yes.
Because real estate is unique where, what you pay is baked into the commission of the property, which for a lot of buyers out here, you're not paying, the seller is. And so it sets us, hey, if you work with, realtor A, realtor B, realtor C, it's often about the same cost in one form or another out of that person's pocket. And so what we focus on is getting so much value without charging extra money. Because I often get people say, well, what's the extra cost for all this?
There is none.
It isn't. It's baked into the commission.
We're here for you.
And we're able to do that because we have that organizational structure, which gives us economies of scale, which, an individual person, the all-star cannot beat a team. They might win a game, but they won't win the season. They won't win the championship. Right. And so as we go through with our clients, like that's why we spend so much time like doing strategy sessions before we even go out there and look at properties. Other realtors don't do that.
No, they don't. And, they can try, right? But they don't have the resources and the ability that, an organization like we have, because we've got the depth and the roster to make it happen. So we can go out there and execute and get things done in a much more efficient fashion.
And then as people come in, they buy their property, whether it's their first or 10th property. Our portfolio analysis is a backbone, which now really is a combination of the property alignment software and also the human advisory piece. So that way we can sit there and look at a global picture of your portfolio. And these are dedicated resources and dedicated people going out there to review it, not necessarily the agent. They're very much involved, but there's a team here supporting that.
Yep. And again, it comes back to it helps our agents go out and get things done for our clients and just, rinse and repeat.
Yeah. And the last thing I'll say here as I kind of wrap up this rant is that, we try to provide tremendous resources so when our clients close on our property, they have everything to set themselves up for success. For example, like Ben Einspar is just a key part to our success for our house hackers. He's very good in operations. Oh, you want help to set up as an Airbnb? You want help setting up as a medium-term rental? Here's all the spreadsheets. Here's all the ads. Here's all this. Here's everything I've done. Review it, set it up, give me a call, review it, and help you out. In the same note, we have Jeff White doing a lot of stuff for self-managing landlords. You want to self-manage your property, or you want to do a room-by-room rental to maximize your cash flow? Great. We got all the spreadsheets you need.
Yep.
And we give you a lease that we spend a lot of money on a lawyer to go out there and create the lease that we can gift to a client to go out there and use in their rental property. And so the goal with all this is just, that's the tip of the iceberg, to give a lot of value out there. So be like, wow, I cannot get this value anywhere else. And that's our goal.
And
which
these guys are awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because if the more we help our clients win, the better it is for us in the long run from a business standpoint. And this all kind of leads to a phrase that you reference a lot, Preston, which is how to build clients for life. Give us a run in on that.
Yeah, that's something that I think, we've kind of, as we've built and grown, has been a really, big key factor for me is wanting to build clients for life, right? We're not transactional based. We don't just want to have you come to us for one transaction. Like, that's not what we're here for. We want to help you get to where you want to go with your goals. And that means we're going to be with you for life. So, come sit down with us, have an interview session with us. Let's talk about some stuff. We're happy to help you.
Yeah. And that whole growing is something I've really come to appreciate the last year and a half, especially just as the market changes, people grow. We've also expanded to Springs and Pueblo. We have clients that they're putting their focus down to Springs or Pueblo. We've had house hacking clients move to Springs. So as the capital they have or where they want to invest changes, we can have people stay with the organization to go, hey, your focus switched from here to here. You want to do this niche to this niche?
Or the market changed or this changed or whatever, right? But we are still able to be here and help you do that.
Yeah. And that's something that I love helping to implement and having that resource for clients, because that's what we want as we grow as investors as well. That's what we give to our clients.
Absolutely.
And I think that's a big thing too. We're in this too, right? So we want all that knowledge. We want all that growth. We're open to all that change, and we want you guys to grow with us. So it reminds me of, I think, the millennial culture, right? That you don't stay anywhere for more than 2 or 3 years, right? And we're trying to get you for life, which is a very old, our parents, right? Stay there for 40 years.
Yeah.
It's kind of, to me, combining the two, in that we're bringing in all the change. We're not reluctant to the change. We want all the change. We want all the growth, but we want the
Stability,
yeah, to still keep you for life. We can change and grow, but still hold that relationship.
Totally agree. And it goes with the reality of real estate investing. It is a long game. You don't get rich in real estate in 2 years, 5 years. We're talking decades. Yeah. And that's our goal with Envision Advisors, to build an organization and that support for our clients. So through the life of themselves and their portfolios,
journey,
we can be there, support them, and help them out.
Yep.
So Katie, Preston, this has been great. Thank you guys so much. I'm very thrilled with where we've come in the last, 4 or 5 years, and just the future I'm even more excited about. So thank you. Viewers, listeners out there, any questions, please reach out. Our goal is always to provide you unbeatable value and give you the best advice we can. If you're not sure where to begin, you want to go invest in real estate, talk to us. We'll either take care of you or say, you know what, you should go over here and talk to this person instead. That is our goal. So please reach out. Have a great one.